When working with drawing templates in AutoCAD 2010, what you're doing there is saving your drawing, your DWG file, as a DWT file, a drawing template file. Now the reason you would do that is you might want to retain your layers, your title blocks, your text styles, your dimension styles. Now you'll notice we've got some objects on the drawing here. We've got a rectangle and a circle drawn on a specific layer, and we've got some text there drawn on a specific layer. So if I go to my Layer Properties Manager here, you'll see that I've got text and I've got objects there. I want to retain those layers in my drawing template. So what I can do there is I can actually delete the objects that I don't need. So let's do that now. Let's do a quick crossing selection and we'll delete those like so. But it's retained the layers. Obviously the layers won't disappear. We've just got rid of the objects on those layers. Now I've also got a text style in place here, so if I go to the Annotate tab and click on this little arrow here, and look, I've got text styles. I've got a Labels text style and a Standard text style. I want to retain those as well. So I'll just cancel that, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a Save As, but as a DWT file. So I'll go back to the Home tab now, and then I'm going to go to the big A here, the Application menu, and click on the Flyout. Now the good thing is if I go to Save As here, on the Application menu I get the option to save as a drawing template. As soon as I click on that AutoCAD drawing template option, the Save Drawing As dialog box appears, but notice the file type down here. It's a DWT, not a DWG. Now what's happened here is it's gone directly to the AutoCAD template folder. Now that is set in your AutoCAD options. I will show you where that is in a moment. But let's have a look now. We've got lots of different DWTs here. There's one that I saved earlier, AAA metric template. So let's just overwrite that one for now. So I'm going to click there and I'm going to type in AAA and then dash and then metric template. Now you'll notice there I've got my caps lock on. I held down shift there and it gave me lowercase. Make sure when you're creating a template that the actual settings such as caps lock and number lock are set the way you want them to be. So I'll turn caps lock off there, and then as you can see I can type it in and I can also use my lowercase now. So there we are, AAA-metric template. So let's save that now. Click on Save. It asks me if I want to replace it, so I'll say yes. As soon as you create a DWT, it needs a description. You'll see why in a moment. What I'm going to do now is just give it a very basic description of metric template. Like that. Make sure your measurement is set to metric and not set to English, which is feet and inches. Sounds a bit weird, but the Americans use English, which is feet and inches. In Europe and the UK, you use metric, as in millimeters and meters. If you're using layer notification in your Layer Properties Manager, make sure that you save all new layers as unreconciled or reconciled. Depends on which setting you want. Click on OK there, and you'll notice now that the name of the drawing is now AAA metric template.dwt. Now I'm just going to close that now, that DWT file. All the settings are there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to New here on my Quick Access toolbar. Now I've actually got my Startup variable set to 1. So the Startup dialog box appears like this. When I click on Use a Template here, it takes me to the template list from the Templates folder, and there's my AAA metric template just there. There's my description, metric template. I click on OK, and it opens up a new DWG from the DWT. Notice I've got my layers, objects and text there. If I go to the Annotate tab here, like so, and go here to my text styles, you'll see I've got my Labels text style and my Standard text style. So everything is there. It's come across from the original drawing. Now your Startup variable, make sure that you type Startup, like so, and make sure it's set to 1. That way you get the Startup dialog box when you're using AutoCAD 2010. Just press enter there to confirm the 1, and that means that you'll always get that Startup dialog box when you go to open up a new drawing from the Quick Access toolbar.